Hey y'all, I'm not in the kitchen today by myself. It's wonderful. Uh, but just to remind y'all, everybody knows who Aunt Peggy is. That she is the board of directors of the of Paula Deen's enterprise.
Yes.
Right there. Peggy Ort. My great Aunt Peggy Ort. And the beautiful lady sitting next to her, I'm sure y'all would remember because she has been a member of this family for, what, 12 years?
Yeah, at least 12 now. Since
Yes.
2010, I think.
My brother spent the last 8 or 10 years of his life with Sandy. And all of the grands call her Mims. Her three grandsons gave her that grandmother name. So all the kids here call her Mims. And she has so graciously accepted an invitation from me to come down and just spend a few days with us while Aunt Peggy's here. So Sandy will be going back to Franklin, Tennessee, and Aunt Peggy will be going back to Albany, Georgia. So let me tell you, girls, I know I have told y'all, but Michael and I have been invited to the Kentucky Derby this year. And y'all know the Kentucky Derby is in May. So to celebrate Kentucky Derby, I'm making today Kentucky Hot Browns. And I'm doing it in the form of a casserole. And the recipe calls for toasted bread. So I put that under the broiler and got it brown real quick like. So I've melted a half a stick of butter. And I'm going to stir me some flour in to that melted butter because we're going to make like a cream sauce to go on our hot brown casserole. We're doing ours with turkey and bacon today. And hi is a real Kentucky. You can't remember if it's ham or turkey or whatever. All right, so we're just going to...
I think what I've had, maybe ham or roast beef.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It was ham, you know, kind of the normal. But that's the great thing about Kentucky Hot. You can do anything you want to with it in the way of meats. All right, so I'm going to slowly add the milk. And you want to do this kind of slow because it prevents it from lumping so bad. If you dumped it all in there at one time, it would want to really lump. But after you get it so far, then you can kind of put it all in there. Let's see what my heat's on. Yeah, it's pretty good. Like I said, I'm sure there's many, many versions of hot browns out there.
And this is a dish with some history then.
Yes, ma'am, a lot of history from the state that Sandy was born and raised in, Kentucky. We're going to want to probably cook this about 5 or 6 minutes after we get it together. All right, so Sandy was just telling us that this was actually started at the Brown Hotel. Would that have been in Louisville?
Yeah, it's in Louisville.
So I am celebrating the Kentucky Derby for 2 reasons. Because it's next month, it's in May. It's in May. And our friends Wendy and Robert Jordan have invited Michael and me to go and be their guest at the Derby. So I'm really excited because it's been years. If you remember seeing me in my old shows, I shot a show from the Kentucky Derby years ago, and it had rained to beat the band. And of course, I was shooting down on the track. And those horses slinging that mud everywhere, and the sound of their hoofs it was mind-blowing. I don't know what that is. Look, maybe a piece of parsley. But I was shocked. I was shocked at the intense sound of those hoofs. It was an incredible experience. And gosh, that's been a long time. Long time since I did that. All right, so I think we're about safe to go ahead and add the rest of the milk, but I'm going to keep cooking this and stirring it. Okay, so we're about there, y'all. You want to do this for like 6 minutes until it's nice and smooth and cooked. And look at that, how beautiful that is. I don't know what that is. I think parsley keeps getting. Parsley jumping.
Wisp.
Yeah, I bet it is, because parsley will get caught in my whisk down there. All right, so that's nice and thick. So I'm going to turn it off, y'all, and I'm going to add my white cheddar and Swiss cheese. And you want to take that off the heat to add that. I didn't have to move my pan because when you have gas, when it's on, it's on, and when it's off, which is what I love about gas. All right, so Sandy is kind of like me. You know, I learned all about it when I did my show there at the Kentucky Derby, but my memory fails me. So Sandy went on the computer to refresh her memory, so she's going to share with us some things.
So the hot brown sandwich, sometimes known as Louisville hot brown or Kentucky hot brown.
And I'm going to add my salt and pepper now, y'all.
Originally created at the Brown Hotel in
Yeah.
1926 by Frank K. Schmidt. It's also the traditional Welsh rarebit. One of two signature sandwiches created by chefs at the Brown Hotel.
In what, like 1923 or something like that,
shortly
right?
after its founding in 1923, but the sandwich came along in 1926. But the hotel was built in 1923. It was created to serve as an alternative to a ham and egg late night dinners.
This is beautiful turkey, y'all.
It is. Rarebit.
And you can put as much turkey as you want or as little as you want. I'm going to kind of pile it up pretty good. Now I'm going to cover it with, I'm going to spoon on my white sauce. I think I'm going to get a spatula. Not a spatula, but a dipper. Poor Aunt Peggy, this pollen is about to kill us all. So this will be eaten with a knife and fork. I think that's what I was trying to tell y'all. There's no way you could pick this up and eat it as a sandwich. And that's why we're calling it a casserole. All right, so now I'm going to top it with the last of my Swiss cheese. And we're going to run this back in the broiler until the cheese melts. And then we're going to add our bacon. Since our bacon has been cooked for a few minutes, I'm going to go ahead and add our bacon to it and let it get hot again. This looks like hot cross buns, doesn't it? Okay, so I'm not going to put that under the broiler yet. I'm going to come on down here and slice my tomatoes because it's getting some tomatoes on it. And let's see, how many do I have? 2, 4, 6. So I think we're close enough. All I have to do now is sprinkle it with some paprika. But rather than trying to use it there, Teresa got that up for me. But I prefer to kind of shake it out of the bottle because it's hard to control it, by the finger. See, if I'd tried to do it by the finger, I'd have had just big globs everywhere. So the paprika's going to give it a nice brown color. So here we go. And I'm not turning my back on this, y'all. I learned my lesson. Okay, y'all. That didn't even take 2 minutes. That's a bad to the bone broil. All right, so I'm going to finish up our hot browns, topping them with a tomato. And you see how that paprika just gave them that beautiful color. All right, I thought one tomato would do it, but not quite. So a Kentucky hot brown casserole. It's a beautiful, simple, easy meal to get together. And if y'all are going to be watching the Derby from home, this could be fun for you to serve and have while you're watching the Derby. So that's it. Who's ready to eat, girls?
Always.
There you go, Aunt Peggy.
Oh, beautiful. Isn't
Here's thanking you.
it?
Here's your welcome.
Beautiful.
I meant to put a little pepper on it for y'all. But the salt and the pepper. There you go, my darling sister-in-law.
Thank you. Beautiful.
Salt and pepper.
So beautiful.
Isn't that beautiful?
It is.
So y'all tell me what you think about Kentucky hot brown casserole. You like it?
Uh-huh.
Is this your first hot brown?
Mm-hmm.
But it's not Sandy's.
Mm.
Does it resemble anything you knew as a hot brown?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And it's delicious.
Y'all, this is so good. Mmm. That cheesy cream sauce
That cream sauce.
takes it over the top, y'all.
Amazing.
Here's to the Kentucky Derby and the Kentucky hot browns. Loving best dishes, y'all. May your horse win. Hey y'all, it's Paula Deen. Now, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell to be alerted when I post a video. Love and best dishes, y'all.